Good day. I'm Abalore. On today's episode, we'll be looking at practical questions on theory of cost. So this marks the second episode on theory of cost. So the first episode, we've looked at the meaning of the various cost classifications that we have, the various formulas that can be applied to get the various cost classifications. So today we are going to be doing justice to two standard questions, which will enhance and facilitate the understanding of the first episode which we've had. So if you haven't watched the first episode, I will enjoin you to go watch that and come back to watch this, or perhaps you could watch this and go back to watch that. It's the same because I'll be simplifying the solving of this question, which I believe will not pose any problem to you all watching right now. So without much ado, let's solve the first question. So the second question is going to come after we have done justice to this first question. So I read, the below is the cost schedule of a firm. So this is a cost schedule. You are required to complete the table below. So this is the table, the cost schedule. So we have to complete all these various classifications of costs that we have here. Now, I would do all of you a favor, perhaps, or especially maybe to those that have not watched the previous episode, let's put it that way. Then I'll be putting the formula on the board so as to guide you in solving this question. So let's begin with solving the question. That's the total cost. How do we get the total cost? So total cost, that's formula one. So total cost is total fixed cost plus total variable cost. That's the formula to get the total cost. Total fixed cost plus total variable cost. Or you can have it gotten by average total cost times units of output produced. That's basically another way you can get total cost. Total fixed cost plus total variable cost, or average total cost times units produced. Then the second formula here, that's total fixed cost. So total fixed cost now, total fixed cost. Total fixed cost is gotten by total cost minus total variable cost, or average fixed cost times units of output produced. So whether you use this or this, you are going to get the same as regards total fixed cost of figure. Then the third one now, that's number three. That's total variable cost. So total variable costs is gotten by total cost minus total fixed cost. Or another way you can get that is average variable cost times units of output produced. So this is another way you can get total variable cost. Then average total cost now. So four now, average total cost, which is the same thing as total average cost basically. So we have uh, that's total cost divided by units of output produced. Or you can get your average total cost another way. That's average fixed cost plus average variable cost. Then number five now, we have average fixed cost. So to get your average fixed cost, it is total fixed cost. I hope you all can see my tiny handwriting. Total fixed cost divided by units of output produced. Or most times you can have average total cost minus average variable cost. That's another way you can get your average fixed cost. Then six now, that's your average variable cost. Your average variable cost is gotten by total variable costs divided by units of output produced. Then number seven, Let's say number seven. Number seven is marginal cost. So marginal cost, you can also get that using two approaches. It's either you use change in total fixed cost divided by change in units of output, or change in total variable cost divided by change in units of output. Any of the two, you are going to get the same thing. So change in total cost divided by change in units of output, or change in total variable costs. That's total variable costs divided by change in quantity or unit of output. So these are the formulas regarding all these that we need to get solving this question. So let's begin now. Let's start to solve this question. So total fixed cost, let's get that first. Now remember, in our previous episode, that was the first part one of theory of cost, I did explain that total fixed cost is constant in total but varies per unit. So what we mean by total fixed cost is constant in total is that each time you are given the first total fixed cost, you have to repeat the same for everything. That's what it means. So it is constant in totals, and we have total fixed cost. It's constant. That's what we mean. So all we do here is we repeat this 200 for all the levels of output. Like we said, total fixed costs remain the same irrespective of the change in the level of output. Whether output increases or decreases, total fixed costs remain constant. And a good example is rent. Whether you are producing less or you are producing more. Activity level basically could be, let's say, the number of electricity consumed, uh, the units of output produced, and all that. Those are level of output. So whether level of output is increasing or decreasing, total fixed costs remain constant. That's what we have. So we repeat the same. So we have 200 when one is produced, 200 when two is produced, 200, 3 units, 200, 4 units is produced, 200, like that, like that. So that's what we have. So this is what we mean by total fixed cost is constant in total, but varies per unit. But varies per unit of total fixed cost. That's average fixed cost. We are going to get there. So this is our total fixed cost. Then let's determine our total variable cost. So total variable cost, based on what we established or what we explained, total variable costs, they are those costs that vary with the level of output. That means they are directly proportional to the level of output. When output is increasing, they increase. When output is decreasing, they decrease. So what that means is that when output is zero, total variable cost will also be zero because you have not purchased raw materials, you have not hired labor, you have not paid for advertisement because you have produced nothing. So when the firm has produced nothing, total variable cost will be zero. And based on what we do in the previous episode, we did say something of this. Total variable cost starts from the origin. So when output is zero, total variable cost will be zero. That's what we mean. So here now, output is zero here. Then that means total variable cost will be zero. That's what we have. Why is total variable cost zero here? Because output is zero. Because total variable costs are directly proportional to the level of output. They change with the change in the level of output. That's total variable cost. And we've cited lots of examples regarding that. So I will advise you go watch the previous episode. So this will look interesting to you all watching right now. If you haven't watched the previous episode, basically. So before we can get this, let's get the total cost when output is zero here, shall we? We have not gotten total cost when output is zero. So let's get that. So our total cost, the formula is total fixed cost plus total variable cost. That's the formula for total cost. Total fixed cost plus total variable cost. And we have been told here that total fixed cost is 200 and total variable cost is zero. So 200 plus zero, that gives us 200. That's how we get our total cost. So to get your total cost, it's total fixed cost plus total variable cost. And now we want to get our total variable cost. Total variable cost, like we've established here, total variable cost is gotten by total cost minus total fixed cost. So total cost minus total fixed cost, that gives us total variable cost. And since we've gotten all our total costs we've been given, then we've gotten our total fixed cost. So this minus this will give us this. This minus this will give us this. So that's basically what we're going to be doing now. So let's do that together. Shall we? Yes. So 400 minus 200, that's 200. 500 minus 200, that gives us 300. 540 minus 200, that gives us 340. 580 minus 200, that gives us 380. Then 680 minus 200, that gives us 480. I hope I'm correct. Let me try make use of calculator so that I will not commit grave error. So 840 minus 200, that gives us 640, I guess, 640. Then 1071 minus 200, that gives us 871. Then 1360 minus 200, that gives us 1160. Then 1890 minus 200, that gives us 1690. And 2650 minus 200, that gives us 2450. So these are total variable costs. I hope that is understood. Good. So as output increases, total variable cost increases. As output increases, total cost increases. As output is increasing, total fixed costs remain constant, irrespective of the change in the level of output or activity level. Total fixed costs remain equal, constant, unchanged, the same. That's basically with respect to that. So let's talk about average total cost. So average total cost, like we said, is the total cost per unit of output. It is the total cost to spend as a firm to produce one unit. That's average total cost. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing as average cost. So to get your average total cost, we have total cost divided by unit of output. And we've gotten our total cost we've been given. Then these are units of output. So this divided by this, we get this. 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 So that's how we get our average total cost. So shall we do that together? Yes. I know some of you are saying yes. And some of you are like, come on. But it's yes for me too. So let's go. So average total cost is total cost divided by unit of output. So 200 divided by 0, that gives us 200. Then 400 divided by 1, that's 400. 500 divided by 2, that's 250. 540 divided by 3, 540 divided by 3, that's 180. 580 divided by 4, 580 divided by 4, that's 145. 680 divided by 5, that's 136. Then 840 divided by 6, 840 divided by 6, that's 140. Then 1071 divided by 7, that's 153. 1360 divided by 8, that gives us 170. Then 1890 divided by 9, that gives us 210. Then lastly, 2650 divided by 10, that gives us 265. So these are the average costs or average total costs. And don't forget, based on what we established in our previous episode, we said average total cost has a U shape. U shape like this. This is what we mean by U shape. It was very high initially, that's in the short run. Then when the firm enjoys economies of scale, that means the firm becomes more efficient as it becomes bigger. So as a result, the firm experience economies of scale. And when a firm experience economies of scale, That simply means the supply cost per unit of output will reduce. That means the cost per unit will start reducing. And that's the effect of what you have is reducing. Then it reaches a minimum after which it starts rising. And the rise in the average total cost is as a result of diseconomies of scale. And diseconomies of scale simply means disadvantages which a firm experience, perhaps due to lack of coordination, due to perhaps the law of diminishing returns, and all other disadvantages which a firm could experience due to expansion and all that. So that's diseconomies of scale, economies of scale, points of optimality, then diseconomies of scale. So you can see it was very high here, then it starts decreasing, decreasing, then it reaches a minimum. This is the minimum of the average total cost, 136. And after which it starts rising. So from here, it denotes diseconomies of scale. And from here, it denotes economies of scale. So economies of scale simply means advantages, benefits, which a firm derives from its own efforts or from other firms that are located within the same area. But these economies of scale, those are basically disadvantages which a firm experiences due to lack of coordination, inability to access capital in order for it to expand and all that. So those are diseconomies of scale. So that's that. Then let's go to average fixed cost. Average fixed cost is the total fixed cost per unit of output. So the total fixed cost you spend to produce 1 unit of output is called average fixed cost. So to get our average fixed cost, we put it here. It's total fixed cost divided by units of output. So let's put that. So we've been given our total fixed cost as this. Then our output, that's the unit produced. These are so this is what we have. 200 divided by 0, that's going to be 200. Then 200 divided by 1, that's 200. 200 divided by 2, that's 100. 200 divided by 3, 200 divided by 3, that's 66.7. Then 200 divided by 4, 200 divided by 4, that's 50. Then 200 divided by 5, that's 40. Then 200 divided by 6, 200 divided by 6, that's 33.3. Then 200 divided by 7, divided by 7, that's 28.6 to one decimal place. 200 divided by 8 now. 200 divided by 8, that's 25. Then 200 divided by 9. 200 divided by 9, that gives us 22.2. Then 200 divided by 10, that should be, that's 20. So average fixed cost falls continuously, declines continuously because the reason for that is just that you can't if you divide it, a fixed figure which is 200, it's fixed by an increasing quantity or unit of output, the answer you are going to get is continuous decline. And based on what we established in the previous episode, your total average fixed cost is declines continuously, but we never touch either the x-axis or y-axis. It will never touch. It will neither touch the y-axis or the x-axis, but it will continue to fall and fall and fall. And that's what we mean by average fixed cost is varies per unit. So it varies per unit. You can see it varies. It's per unit. Like for 2 units, the average fixed cost is 100. For 3 units, it is 66.7. For 4 units, it's 50. So it will continue to decline like that as output increases. That's basically what we have. And we did say it is called asymptotic curve. And the reason is just that it will neither touch the y-axis or the x-axis. That's what we mean. So that's that. Then average variable cost now. So average variable cost is the total variable cost per unit of output. So it is the total variable cost you incur to produce 1 unit of output. That's average variable cost. And to get your average variable cost, you can see I will help you guys by putting the formulas on the board. So it's total variable cost divided by unit of output. So we have been given total variable cost as this. Then the unit of output. So this divided by this, we have this. So the first is going to be 0. Then 200 divided by 1, we have 200. Then 200, that's 300 divided by 2, that's 150. 340 divided by 3, 340 divided by 3, that's 113.3. Then 380 divided by 4, 380 divided by 4, that's 95. Then 480 divided by 5, 480 divided by 5, that's 96. Then, yeah, 640 divided by 6, 640 divided by 6, that's 106.7 to one decimal place. Then, 871 divided by 7, that's, sorry, 871 divided by 7, that gives us 124.4. Then 1160 divided by 8, that gives us 145. And 1690 divided by 9, that gives us 187.8. And lastly, 2450 divided by 10, that gives us 2450. Okay, 2450 divided by 10, that gives us 245. So that's what we have regarding average variable cost. So average variable cost also is U-shaped, like we did establish in the previous episode. It will be very high. After which it starts reducing, it starts falling. Then this is the minimum point of the average variable cost. After which it starts rising. So this is the minimum point. Then it starts rising from 96. That's from output 5. So it starts rising. That's that. And that's I did say the fall in the various average cost curve is as a result of economies of scale, which simply means advantages which a firm enjoys. And the rising in the various average cost curve explains diseconomies of scale, which means disadvantages. So then the last but not least, which is marginal cost. So let me put the marginal cost here. So marginal cost is the additional cost of producing extra units of output, or it is the cost that is added to the total cost in order to produce additional units of output. So to get our marginal cost, it is, let's use this, change in total cost divided by change in quantity, or any of the two you use, but I'll be using this, and I will enjoin you all to do this at your leisure if you're going to get the same thing. So change in total cost divided by change in the units of output. So to get the change, the first marginal cost here, okay, because you have produced nothing here, so you are not going to incur any cost. So it will be 0. The first one will be 0. Then the second for marginal cost 1 now. So marginal cost 1. Change in total cost now, that will be 400 minus 200. That's change in total cost now. 400 minus 200 divided by change in output now. Change in output, that will be 1 minus 0. So 1 minus 0. So 400 minus 200, that's 200. 1 minus 0, that's 1. Then that gives us 200. That's the marginal cost for 1 unit of output. The marginal cost 2 now, that's 500 minus 400 divided by 2 minus 1. That gives us 100. 540 minus 500 divided by 3 minus 2. That gives us 40. 580 minus 540 divided by 4 minus 3. That gives us 40. Then 680 minus 580 divided by 5 minus 4. That gives us 100. You can see it's very simple to understand. Minus 580, that's 100. Then the next, 1071 minus 1071 minus 840 divided by 6 minus 5. That gives us 231. I hope you all can see 231. Then 1360 minus 1071 divided by 8 minus 7. That gives us 289. Then 1890 minus 1360 divided by 9 minus 8. That gives us, okay, sorry, 1000, okay, 1360 now. Okay, 1360 minus 17, okay, 289. I think I've jumped somewhere here. Okay, 6. Okay, this minus this, 840 minus 680. That's 160. So this should be 160. 160, and this should be 231. 231, that's 1071 minus 840. That's 231. Then 1360 minus 1071 divided by 8 minus 7. That gives us 289. Then 1890 minus 1360 divided by 9 minus 8. That gives us 530. I hope all these things are very simple to understand. I believe, I just hope, because I'm trying to take it little by little, like slowly. Then the last but not least, 2650 minus 1890 divided by 10 minus 9. That gives us 760. So this is the marginal cost. The marginal cost still has U shape, as it was very high here, then it starts falling. Then this is the minimum point of the marginal cost. Then after which it starts rising. So all the various cost curves are U-shaped, except the average fixed cost, which falls continuously but never equal to zero. So this is the solution to the question one. Then let's do justice to question two now, shall we? Yes. So I need to rub up the board so that we will be able to solve the second question. So question two now. Let's do that together. So that will be displayed on the screen for you all to see. Question two. Table one. Table 1 below represents the output levels of a firm producing hand sanitizers. Use the information to answer the questions that follow. So table 1, we're given outputs in units. Output is expressed in units. So we have the levels of output are 0, 10, 18, 28, 36, 45. Now, those are the various levels of output. Then we're told if the cost function of the firm is given as C equals 30 plus 4Q, where C is the total cost and Q is the units produced. Calculate A, total cost in dollars of producing Roman figure 1, 18 units, Roman figure 2, 36 units. Then B part of the question, average cost in dollars of producing 28 units. That's Roman figure 1. Roman figure 2, 45 units. Then the C part says, what is the marginal cost of producing 28 units? Then D, determine the profits made from producing 45 units when the market price is fixed at $5 per unit. Then the last but not least, E part of the question now. Determine the fixed cost of the firm. Explain your answer. So that's the question. So let's solve now. So let's solve. So solution, solution. So we're given the cost function, that's C equals 30 plus 4Q. So this is the total cost function. And this is the first thing you need to understand regarding that question. So anytime you are given cost function, your cost function means the total cost function of the firm. So this is always the total fixed cost, then your total variable cost. Your total variable cost, remember, is a function of the unit of output. So this Q, we have been told in the question that it means units of output produced or units produced. So this is our total fixed cost and this is our total variable cost. So total fixed cost plus total variable cost gives us the total cost. So understanding it, this makes the question easier to solve. So then we're asked, that's A part of the question, total cost in dollars of producing 18 units and 36 units. So your answer must be in dollar because you have been told to calculate the total cost in dollars. So the A part of the question now, so total costs in dollars. So your answer must be in dollar. That's basically that. So the total cost of producing the Roman figure 1 now at 18 units, when 18 units is produced. So we are going to make use of this total cost function. So that's 30, the total cost now of producing 18 units. That's 30 plus 4. So our Q now, which is the units produced, is 18 units. So 18, that's what we have. Then 30 plus 4 times 18, that should be 72. Then 72 plus 30, that gives us $102. That's that. So that's the total cost of producing 18 units, of which 30 makes up the fixed cost and 72 makes up total variable cost. That's the total variable cost. Then this is the fixed cost. So fixed cost plus variable cost gives us the total cost. So the total cost of producing 18 units of output is 102. So I hope that is understood. Then the second Roman figure 2 now, that's the total cost is still total cost at 36 units. So we are still going to make use of this total cost function. So we have, so total cost now equals 30 plus 4. So our units produced now is now 36. So we have 36. Then 30 plus 36 times 4. Excuse me, 36 times 4 now. 36 times 4, that gives us 144. So 144 plus 30, that gives us $174. That's what we have. So I hope this is understood. So this is the A part of the question. Then the B part of the question now. Let's do that together also. The B part of the question says average cost in dollars of producing 28 units and 45 units. So your average cost, the B part, average cost. So average cost, like we've established in the previous episode, and in today's class, the first question we solve actually, I kind of put the formula somewhere. So average cost is total cost divided by units of output. Now in this question, we have been given total cost as this. This is total cost, 30 plus 4Q. Then your unit is always represented by Q because you have been told in the question that the Q represents or is the units produced. So here now we have we have here. So we have total cost. That will be 30. Total cost here now is 30 plus 4q. So we have 30 plus 4q divided by unit is q. That's what we have. So this is the average cost function we are going to be using regarding any average cost or any average cost we want to determine regarding any units produced. So let's determine average cost at 28 units now. So at 28 units, that's average cost now. So we have that should be 30 plus 4 into 28 divided by 28. So 28 times 4 plus 30. That gives us 142 divided by 28. So our answer is going to be in dollar divided by 28, 142. So that gives us 5.1 cents dollar. That's the average cost of producing 28 units. Then Roman figure 2 now. Average cost or average total cost of producing 45 units. So we are still going to make use of this, not this, because this is total cost. And total cost divided by quantity or units produced is average cost. So here now we have 30 plus 4 into units now is 45 divided by 45. So it's not 28 any longer, it's 45 now. So 30 plus, okay, let's skip it. So 45 times 4 plus 30. So that's $210 divided by 45. So that gives us 210 divided by 45. That gives us 4.7 cents dollar. That's the average cost of producing 45 units. So it's as simple as that. So the C part now, the C part says, what is the marginal cost of producing 28 units? So marginal cost, you already knew, is change in total cost divided by change in unit of output, or change in total variable cost divided by unit of output. But to get that, we are going to, do some little calculation together. So see now, marginal cost marginal cost. So it's change in total cost divided by change in units of output. Now, the level of outputs that were given here, the outputs that were given here, that means they were produced basically. So we have 0, then we have 10, 18, 28, 36, and 45. So let's get our total costs now. Total costs. So let's get our total costs. Then after which we get our marginal costs. So let's go now. So let's get the various total costs at these levels of output. So at 0 units of output, total cost now. This is our total cost function. We just want to get this, although we are not asked to get it. But we want to get the marginal cost of producing 28 units. So we need this and this because we work backward. But let's get these two so that I will not while away your time basically. So 28 units, let's get the total cost. Total costs at 28 units. Because we've gotten total cost at 18 units. 18 units, we've gotten a total cost at 18 units. That's 102. So this is 102 as total cost. Then, so at 28 units, now let's get the total cost. So that's going to be 30. This is the total cost function plus 4 into 28. Then 28 times 4. 28 times 4 plus 30. That gives us 142 dollars. So that's the total cost. So $142. That's what we have. So to get our marginal cost is now very simple. So it's change in total cost divided by change in units of output. The change in total cost now We have to work backward by saying 142 minus 102. That's the change in total cost. Then change in quantity will now be 28 minus 18. That's that. So marginal cost now will be 142 minus 102 divided by 28 minus 18. Then what we have here is 142 minus 102. 142 minus 102. That gives us 40 divided by 28 minus 18. That's 10. Then 40 divided by 10. That gives us $4. That's the marginal cost of producing 28 units. That's that. It's as simple as that. So you have to work backward. To work backward, this minus this divided by this minus this. That's what we've done here. It's as simple as that. So you have to get the total cost of these 28 units because that has not been gotten. But we have gotten this. Just put it here. It's as simple as that. Then the next one now. The D part, determine the profit made from producing 45 units when the market price is fixed at $5 per unit. So the profit, although we haven't talked about the concept of profit, but it's very simple, it's easy peasy. And when I say that, believe me, so profits now, that's a deep part of the question. Profits. To get our profit is total revenue minus total costs. That's our profit. To get your profit is total revenue minus total cost. Then your total revenue is a component of price times units produced. If you want to get your total revenue, it's price times units of output produced. And we have been told in the question that the price per unit is $5. I mean, the price is fixed at $5 per unit. So this is $5, $5 times the units at which we want to get the profit is 45 units. It's in the question. That's the D part of the question. Then what is the total cost at 45 units? We need to get that as well. So let's work that somewhere here. Let's work that somewhere here. Sorry. So excuse me, I have to above this part. So let's get the total cost of producing 45 units. So total cost, we are still going to make use of this cost function. So total cost at 45 units. 45 units, that's going to be 30 plus 4 into 45. So 4 times 45 plus 30, that gives us $210. So this $210 is the total cost. So that's basically what we have here, minus $210. So 45 times 5, that gives us 225. Let me have to be sure. 45 times 5, that's $225 minus the total cost, which is 210. Then profits now. Profits now is 225 minus 210. Minus 210, that gives us $15. So $15 is the profit of producing 45 units. Let me take that again. To get our profit is total revenue minus total cost. And our total revenue is gotten by price times units of output produced. So the price is given in the question as $5. The units at which we want to get the profit is at 45 units. So 5 times 45, that gives us $225. Then the total cost, how did we get that? At 45 units that we want to get the profit. So we have to get the total cost of that, which you have got in it. This is the cost function you are going to use, the total cost, which is fixed cost plus variable cost. So at 45 units, so we got $210. Then that 210 is what we have here. So this total revenue minus the total cost, that gives us the profit, which is $15. So I hope that is understood. Good. So last but not least, we are asked to determine the total, the fixed cost of the firm and explain your answer. This one is easy peasy, very simple. Now, if you want to get your fixed cost, the appropriate level of output at which you can determine appropriately the total fixed cost is at zero level of output. So at zero level of output, you will get your total fixed cost. Now, remember that we're given total cost function as this. Don't forget that based on the explanation I gave in the earlier episode on theory of cost, that total fixed cost will not always be zero when output is zero. It will never be. And total fixed cost will not always be zero when output is zero because of the elements of the total fixed cost that is present in the total cost. So when at output, at zero level of output, now in short, at zero level of output, total cost will be equal to total fixed cost. That's what I'm just trying to say with all this explanation. At zero level of output, total fixed cost will be equal to total cost, or total cost will be equal to total fixed cost, whichever way is the same. So at zero level of output, test for your total cost. So this is the total cost function. So you come to determine the total fixed cost. That's the D part, okay, E part of the question. So the total cost function is C. This is the total cost function. C equals 30 plus 4Q. So when units is zero units of output. So anywhere you see Q, you put zero there. So 30 plus 4 into zero, then 30 plus 4. Oh, sorry, zero. 4 times zero, that's zero. So 30 plus zero, that's $30. So total cost is what? Is 30 when output is zero. Then I did say that when output is zero, total fixed cost will be equal to total variable cost. When output is zero, I repeat, I'm trying to be emphatic now so that that will stick in your subconscious mind. At zero level of output, total fixed cost will not be zero. Total cost will not be zero because when you shut down your factory temporarily, you did not produce anything. Total fixed cost will not be zero. You will still have to pay your rent. So that rent will, exhibit itself in the total cost. So total cost will not be zero when output is zero because of the elements of the total fixed cost. So when output is zero, total cost will be equal to total fixed cost. It's as simple as that. So when at zero level of output now, total cost is $30. Then here now we can say total cost will be equal to total fixed cost. Thus, total fixed cost equals $30. So at zero level of output, total fixed cost is 30. Total cost is also $30. So our total fixed cost is 30. Or most times, if you do not want to stress yourself, but this is just proving basically. Yeah, you just have to, high service. Some of my students will say, if you want to show skill, you can do this. But if you do not want to show skill, like you just want to, while away your time in the exam, just come to your total, cost function. Any of these components, any of these components that doesn't have a variable is your total fixed cost. So this one doesn't have a variable, which is constant. This is constant. It's 30. So that constant, that cost that is constant, which is of this total cost function, this is constant. This is not constant. This one has a variable, which is Q. So anyone that has a variable is a total fixed variable cost because variable cost is a function of the level of output or units produced. But total fixed cost is not. So this one is constant. So definitely your total fixed cost will be $30. That's what you have. So if you do not want to show skill, just pick. And if the equation is further rewritten as this, let's say C equals 4Q plus $30. This will still be your total fixed cost. And this will still be your total variable cost. But I doubt if it could be written this way. But whichever way, just note that your total variable cost is a function of the unit produced, which is Q quantity, but your constant, figure of these components of the total fixed cost is always consider the total fixed cost. That's that. So that's the solution to the two questions we have regarding today's episode. And this wraps up discussion on theory of costs. So I hope this is understood. So the homework, which will be displayed on the screen for you all to see. Your brain loves practice. Just follow the way we've gone about this. You'll be able to, solve that question. It's easy piece. As long as you understand what we've done today, you would definitely be able to solve that. So it's not enough for you to just watch the video. Oh, I've understood. No, you also need to practice, and with that, you will get better at what you do. So while I speak, the homework question is being displayed on the screen for you all to see. So at this juncture, I want to thank everyone for your time. Thank you all so much for your unwavering and your unflinching support, for liking our videos, for subscribing to our YouTube channel, for always helping to share to friends and relatives. We appreciate you. We have never and we will never take for granted all your kind-hearted gesture regarding helping to like and watching, coming over to watch our videos. So don't forget to ring the notification bell, and if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Push the like button for our videos. Help share to friends and relatives whom this video might be of great help to them. And what more can I say? I will see you all on my next video. Do have a good one. Bye bye.